it, but I literally had just drunk.
Let's see. I could hit Trevor with 12 hydrates.
How much is it?
500 on his.
I can hit him
Oh,
for
Jesus.
100,000.
I can hit you
100,000.
for 175 hydrates, Diggler.
Yeah, well, I'm a little
Darth
smarter
Vader.
than the average bear on that. The
There's
most
a
I can
cooldown
do
on yours.
in there's a cooldown, and the most I can do in a total stream is 3.
Oh,
So, hence the reason why it's only 100 channel points.
why do I only have 6k in Trevor's, though?
I don't know. I have 525,000.
That's a few points. Darth just got a fancy sword in an MMO. My big glowy cat thing look is complete.
Oh, 526,000.
That's a staple of MMOs. The more it glows, the stronger it is. That's the telltale sign. When I used to play, the only MMO I really got into was in my teens, Conquer Online. It was definitely pay to win, but yeah, the more glowy you were, the more you've definitely spent on that game. But
Yeah. I remember we've spoken about this.
oh yeah, good old Conquer Online.
Well, because I wasn't Conquer. I was you demons.
Mm.
And I played the fuck out of that.
This is gonna be a bit.
Once I got older and got like my first
Uh-oh.
stable job and could afford it, I went back and fought my way up to number 2 on the server. I was great friends with like all of the top players. The amount
Nice.
number 1 was spending per week was more than I was earning at my job.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, there's just no chance. So the number 2 player on the server wanted to stop being a mage and wanted to go back and be a I want to say necro, but it wasn't necro. I don't remember what the new class was. So number 1 was a warrior. I was a mage. Number 2 was a mage. So I was the only person paying enough to buy all of her gear. So she came up with a payment plan, and I was just gonna, pay weekly for her gear. And then I lost my job, but I'd already given her 1 payment, and I'm like, I can't, afford to do anything because I'm now unemployed. So she went and told the mods that I'd scammed her and everything else.
Oh no.
And they're like, has he given you anything, or did you give it to him and he hasn't paid you at all? And she said he started to pay me and then he stopped. They said, then that's on you because you did receive payment for what he got. Just because it's less than what you were expecting, you should have required all of it up front.
Yep.
Otherwise, it's not a scam.
Yep.
Pissed
Deal with
her
it.
off. That was great because I'm gonna snooze your ad so they don't miss story time. So the number 1 player was dating that person for a while, and then they just got tired of it and split up. And he was friends with all the admins. The whales are always friends with the admins in these games. So I was just talking to the admins through him, and he's like, fuck her, I hate her. He's on my side the entire time. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he swayed the admins partially as well.
You had the influence.
Yep.
Darth, the special armor that sends out a burst of glowy rune particle effects when I go into combat. Like I said, the more it glows, the stronger it is. That's just the 101 of MMO armor. But yeah, I'm sure I've told the story quite a few times to Conquer Online. I had a school buddy that I played the game with, And we played for, I don't know, like a year or something like that. Then one of our other school buddies had joined in. Oh man, these floor holes are wrong. Anyways, one of our other buddies had joined in well after we've been playing. But the difference was they had money and we didn't. And literally, like within a week, they were past us.
Oh yeah.
It's just like I specifically remember one day just me and my other buddy just playing, and then our other friend shows up and he's all glowing and shit. We're like, "Where'd you get that?" He's like, "I just bought some stuff, man." I was like, "What? I've been playing for like a year, like literally nonstop. Like you run that game overnight, and it like has like a like overnight trainer type of thing where it's like your guy can level up a bit and all these sort of things. We would go quest to find shit, and just this guy showed up a week later with a, I don't know, I think he dropped like $500 or whatever it was, and he was just all decked out. It's like, oh man, screw this game.
Yeah, so part of the reason is getting XP took so long in the game. Because you were expected to just run out and farm the same monsters over and over and over and over.
Yep.
And it turned into you're just there to PvP. And then when we got to that point, you could actually go in and farm monsters efficiently enough to actually gain levels. But you had to spend so much money to be able to kill the hard enough monsters. And the overnight training grounds were just awful.
Yep.
I tried Conquer, it just wasn't as fun as you demons.
Yeah.
It was literally the same game.
Oh, the good old days.
I kind of boxed myself in. That sucks. It's not
God, I don't feel like making this call power.
Decked out, but not deckled out, that's for sure. The more I hear about other MMOs, the more I feel like the one I picked was the best choice.
What one did you pick? I feel like I'm about to flame him.
That's why Dart's not saying anything. Dart's like, I gotta go, guys. I'll see you later.
Fine. As long as he doesn't know I'm a moderator here, he can't hold my responses. He can't hold you accountable for my responses.
There we go.
Oh,
Guild Wars 2,
okay.
That's been around for a good while. I actually have Guild Wars. I played it for a very short period of time. Yeah, that's when I was transitioning more from like, I transitioned away from Conquer, and then I was trying some other MMOs, tried Guild Wars, and then I just got way more into playing like FPS stuff.
I didn't know you were that type of streamer, Trev.
Yeah, no shit.
I'm all over the place.
Do you know what we're talking about, Trevor?
Not a clue.
You're transitioning.
Oh, my trans. I got it now.
Guild Wars 2, my only issue with that was there's no end game. You just kind of get there. Rating was virtually non-existent, and you just ran out of things to do. Oh God. Oh, I put down 8 mergers instead of 8 splitters. Pretty much. Let's find out when I was playing. Heart of Thorns. I think it may have been less that there were not raids because I'm seeing that there were 15 bosses. I think the combat style for raiding and stuff were it just wasn't complex. Like I had just gotten done with Mist of Pandaria, and then they released Warlords of Draenor and WoW, and Warlords of Draenor was an absolute fucking joke. So I was looking for something a little more complex than just every single class and every character has a 4-button rotation. Because the only spells that you were allowed to have, you could do a Q, a W, an E, and an R, and that was it. And you're coming from playing, you know, an arcane mage, which was arguably the hardest spec to play in WoW. It's gotten a little different now. And it was kind of dull. Am I thinking of the wrong game, or am I just completely wrong?
The Cartman quote. Love it.
Or I could be thinking of older stuff and it may have changed. Mist of Pandaria was WoW. That's what I was saying. I started with WoW, and I was coming from WoW to Guild Wars, looking for something else to play. Gotcha, yeah. So it may be different now, but back then you had 4-button rotations, and that's all it was.
Back in my day. What's this then? I just want to press all the buttons. All of them. I won't have to use my feet to play the character. That's how much button smashing.
Go play Rogue in fucking World of Warcraft right now.
Well, that's what it's. I always assumed World of Warcraft was either like I don't know a whole ton about it, but I assumed it's either you're hitting like every key on your keyboard or you're only hitting one. I see a lot of lights and stuff like that moving around when people are playing, and a lot of abilities triggering, and I can't figure out if it's one or the other.
So like Paladin right now is like a 3-skill rotation, and you do the most damage in the game by doing nothing. I use Control 1 through 6, Alt 1 through 6, Shift 1 through 6, 1 through 6, F, Shift F, mouse buttons on each side. So my 2 mouse buttons, and then Shift plus my 2 mouse buttons. And yeah, that's all I use for skills. And 7. I do have to use 7 every now and then.
keeping a rotation on a warrior that involves mashing the F out of your F1 key when on.
Why are you censoring yourself?
Because I'm Canadian. You can only swear so many times a year. They track us.
The fuck?
My taxes go up. Otherwise.
And it's only during Canuck season?
It's only,
yeah, exactly.
Only when watching Letterkenny.
It's okay, Darth. Do what you feel free to. If Automod doesn't go after you, then I really don't care.
I wasn't asking why you were censoring. I was asking why Trevor was censoring. Because it's like you have
what
me
in the fudge
in voice chat right now, and I'm just vulgar all the time. Diggler's also vulgar, I think.
Quite a fucking lot.
Yeah. And then we got Trevor, so I'm like, why is Trevor saying F instead of fuck when everyone else in stream is just shouting obscenities?
See, for me, it depends on how angry I am that day. The more I swear, the angrier I am. That's how it works for me. I generally don't. I do swear, but yeah. There.
I don't know if I missed anything else. The last thing I heard was you saying, depends on how angry you are. And I'm just going to throw it out there that we have a saying in American English, cuss like a sailor. So I try and live up to those expectations.
That's reasonable. I've heard that's the saying before. Cuss like a sailor. I've generally said cuss like a construction worker. I've hung around many of them. They all swear like pirates. They may not sound like a pirate, but anyways, they probably swear just as much, if not more, than sailors.
Yeah, they're known for swearing a lot.
Oh, yeah.
So are the sailors. How often do you interact with your naval service?
Never. Canada, our naval service is like 3 people. One's a lifeguard. That's our naval service.
How the hell did I build these pipes? That's what I can't figure out.
There we go.
Limited says, meanwhile, I'm sitting here like, I like your funny words, Magic Man.
This Magic Man.
I'm not sure.
Hard swear a lot, but mostly at Netflix and Amazon. The Mounties need to step up their cursing game. Well, when you get to wear a nice hat like the Mounties do and you're riding a horse, is anything really going to make you that mad? Actually, all you need is the hat. You don't even need the horse. And the puffy pants.
Damn it.
That's not how we did it. Okay. I went one too close.
I mean, that gets all the belts in the correct spot, sort of.
Yeah, that was a... Never mind.
It doesn't do what I need it to do.
I'm gonna up the bauxite production a little bit because I think it's just a hair off. Just a hair.
I gotta do.
Illuminated cowboys swear they both ride horses and have nice hats. Mounties it must be the puffy pants then. That's the that must be the deal breaker.
Cowboys also get laid.
Mark of a true Mountie is when they ride a moose instead of a horse, where they no longer fear nature. 100%.
Over here? No. Why is it still raw? What the fuck?
Sure. Actually, if Ziegler played Guild Wars, then he can describe the chart to you.
I have not.
This is why our bauxite's screwed up. We have a Mark V belt going into, was this like a Mark II?
Oh, did I miss one?
Mark III. Upgraded.
Yep, I missed one.
Voila! There we go. Fixed. We should be good now.
Luckily, we had plenty of extra in the storage bin down there.
Yeah, the storage is all empty now. That's where
fuck.
that's when my my machine started running a bit wonky. But we should be good now.
Can you disconnect the aluminum output so that it refills like it's supposed to?
Sure.
The scrap outputs, I mean. Wherever the bauxite goes down there, yeah.
Okay. Should I just up the machine? Because the machine's like working at like 80% or 90% capacity. I could always just touch it up.
No.
Pump it up.
If you mess with the outputs of my stuff, we're not going to have enough production. I'm just saying disconnect the output for a second so that it can refill the conveyor belts. Oh, that's the issue. I built it one too close.
So your conveyor belts are all full. With
Oh, they're all
box.
still full?
Yeah, it was. I don't know how the priority works with the
Are the
storage.
machines full?
Let me check. First one, yeah. Yeah, they're both fine.
Okay.
So I think
Maybe
maybe it's maybe it's just how the priority works for the storage thing, because I was taken from the top, and there's like basically nothing coming out of that one.
Gotcha.
So either way, your stuff's all good, and my stuff appears to be all good as well.
We
All is good. There we go. Dandy. Also dandy.
Boy, I royally fucked up over here.
yeah, so did
Oh
I.
no. Oh no.
All of my inputs, all my input floor holes or conveyor lifts were backwards.
Why are you also fucked up? Did I just completely fuck it all up? No, what the fuck? You're about to start receiving 0 extra power.
Oh no.
Oh. Are you too high? Is that what it is? You fuck me. Hey, that looks so much better when you actually do shit right.